But we're here to shift that into a higher frequency of love and harmony, bliss, abundance, wholeness. This is where those who are highly evolved beings, we come from this. We know this feeling. We know this vibration. And so for some of you listening, if you've struggled being here on the planet Earth for many years and it's been a struggle and it feels heavy and hard to be here, I honor you and I bow to you with love, light, and compassion, because I know exactly the feeling of that. But it's partly because we're not used to this dense, heavy vibration. And what's key for each of you listening is, and for the clients I work with, what I help them with is to remember that you didn't come here to be like the ones that are here. You didn't come here to conform, to blend, to belong. You came here to actually be way showers of a new vibration. So if we get distracted and we need to be popular, accepted, and have everyone just like us, we're too afraid to speak truth. We, have been told when we're children we're weird or whatever it is. We're going to actually stunt our own growth and expansion, and we will hold back our gifts from humanity. So that doesn't ever feel very good. So if any of you feel like you've been conditioned to be quiet, to hold your gifts secretly inside, to, hold back your truth, to sit at your family gatherings and just feel like the awkward one, I encourage you to stop doing that, stop choosing that, and start choosing to own your divinity and own your power and really embody your light and your truth. And you know that truth, if it's in you, you can't deny it. And to really start to express that, but only when it feels like you're around beings who are actually open and receptive. Like, speak your truth anytime, but you don't need to ever be in a place where you're being in a space where you're in a space of being defensive or, you need to prove yourself. But do know that you need to actually embody your light and divinity and be you, because if we're denying that, we're going to feel uncomfortable. So for a lot of us that are just now going through a lot of shifts and we're clearing a lot of past life stuff, we're remembering a lot of past lives, experiences and our gifts, our magic, our talents. We want to just be open and receptive to that coming in and channel that in and not be, in our thinking, don't be limited thinking that you can't be these other things and you can only be one thing. Like if you're limited thinking all I am is a human, then you really shut off the valve of consciousness of the vastness of what you really are. And so I'm going to mirror that to you, to own that instead of be ashamed of it, and to realize you came here to help shift this consciousness, this collective consciousness, into a higher vibration. We didn't come here to participate in the misaligned systems. We're here to create new ones that actually work and that are from harmony and balance, because we've done this before. This is not new for us. Okay. And on that note, as I keep reading, if any of you want to write in with questions or comments, please do. If some of you know that, actually, Tanya, I know I'm from another star system and my guides have been saying that to me, or I've had dreams about that, or, hey, I have a question. How do you know if, who you're communicating with, whatever. Just bring it in. I encourage it. And if you want to call in, 919-518-9773. So, reading on, it says, ancient souls with experience of consciousness and community from more spiritually advanced civilizations are here on this planet to be themselves to the fullest extent possible in order to help support each other and heal human culture so that this planet may thrive. Boom, right there. The challenge can be that such ancient souls often feel out of place here on Earth for a time as they go through an adjustment process and remember their healing mission on this planet. These souls hold much inner wisdom of star peoples and civilizations far and wide in this galaxy and beyond it. This inner wisdom vibrates at a higher level than the frequencies of fear, aggression, dominance, and disconnection that are part of the global human wounding that they are here to help. I need water today. This is why ancient souls are needed, of course, to help offer a different reality, which is more whole and connected to oneness and love. But the challenge is not to lose belief and honoring of your own true inner wisdom and deep soul truth while becoming a member of the culture that is still so different from yours. So in essence, you've come here and you've embodied a human form, but don't let go of who you are in your consciousness to, be caught up playing the human part where you forget your divinity and then you start playing small. This oracle comes to you to provide much needed spiritual recognition that you have wisdom and understanding within you that is very ancient and flows from the soul, and that you also have a sacred connection to wisdom that comes from the star people of Sirius and other celestial beings that serve through unconditional love. Arcturians, Pleiadians, we've got the Andromedan. This is neither strange nor weird, but it is precious, and although you are not the only one of your kind here, it is far from a common soul type on this planet, mostly because it takes a lot of strength and dedication to be able to sustain existence purposefully in a high vibration that is lower than your own, in a vibration that is lower than your own natural vibration. So some of us, when we came here, we were in a high vibrational state and we had to drop in frequency to be on this earthly plane and play out the roles that we're here playing out. And so that takes a lot of strength to even come into that energy and to drop in vibration. This oracle comes to you with an offering of guidance to remember who you are within. Do not try to fit in with external models of how to be in this world, for you are here to help birth a new way that is more aligned with spiritual truth. And I can mirror this to all of you. Some examples in my own life is, like, as I growing up, I knew I had this natural ability to counsel and mediate and help others. I was doing it since I was a child. I didn't really have to go and take classes on being a counselor because it was just like who I was. The healer in me was very naturally there. The empath, the nurturer, the teacher, and the leader. It was just natural parts of myself. But as I was growing up in this earthly reality on this planet Earth, and I was looking at the opportunities for like a career with the gifts that I had, I saw, I could go be a counselor, and I could go to school and become a therapist, or I could go become an educator, public school teacher. And part of what I just read about trusting in your own way so that you can remember that you're here to help birth a new way is really key for souls like mine, because if you're feeling a struggle in this modern day setting where the college system doesn't make sense to you, or the healthcare system, or going to be a counselor and to go into a realm where you're giving up all your freedoms and you have to take all these rules that limit you, or becoming a public educator in the same way where it limits you and you can't tap into your creativity, you can't listen and honor intuition. There's a reason those systems feel off, because they are off. And there's a reason that you won't fit in with them, because you're not meant to. And so part of what's going to be really important for each of you that are this type of soul is to remember that you came here to lead a new way. And this takes courage and confidence in yourself so that you can have the courage and wisdom to move in a direction that no one's shown you how. Like, there may not be a path that's been, there's not been a trail blazed for you yet. You're out there in the jungle with your machete clearing the way. But don't be afraid to do that, because that is why you've come. You didn't come here to do the old ways that aren't working. And you know when they're not working, because each of us that are highly sensitive beings and highly aware empathic beings, we can feel offness instantly. And so if you just keep walking in the path of offness, expecting it to be, get better, it's not going to. So we want to honor that. If there's a path that's, set in front of us and it doesn't feel right, dare to walk in a new direction, and dare to walk alone in the beginning. A lot of us that are pioneers of this new shift in consciousness, We've come here to be the way showers, and that means we're showing the way. That means don't always be expecting there to be someone in front of you guiding you. If there is, great. Have a lot of gratitude and honor and be thankful for that. But if there's not, don't procrastinate and get lazy and become aloof and then just go and try to conform to a societal conditioning that doesn't feel right to you. So I hope that makes sense. Any questions coming in, Amnon, so far?
Nope.
Okay. Bring your questions, people. Bring your questions. Bring your comments. Let's see, where did I leave off on? You are guided to trust in your wisdom, to sit and contemplate any issue that you're questioning at this time, and trust in the voice of your heart. Higher heart. This is what it's all about. As we tune into higher heart, we're going to be in our, like what I was talking about recently in shows of unified field. We'll be in that state of unified field of unity consciousness, which is where we need to start tuning inward to find solution, answers, direction, guidance, all of it, healing. It's all inside. It's all inner focus. We can raise that frequency in ourselves and heal our bodies. Or we can just look outside of ourselves and get distracted and be fearful. Or we could do the old paradigm thinking like, I'm just going to go around a bunch of misaligned humans that are very fearful and just experiment on people, and I'm going to ask them their opinion. And this is like going into the modern day healthcare system. What do you think's wrong with me? Oh, you think I should try that drug? That sounds cool. Let me try that. Oh, wow, I feel really weird. Oh, I should take another drug? Okay, let me do that. And this is insanity to a school like mine. I'm just like, what is happening? But this is the common everyday experience for many of you in humanity that are participating in this old paradigm of let me ask for my guidance outside of myself. And so I'm encouraging you to really hear this message that this is a call to go inward. Today we had that dream and I was meditating. That is what my guides told me, is to help them understand not to be afraid. There's never a reason to go to fear. There's never a reason to worry. We have plenty of opportunities and plenty of excuses to worry and, conditioning to worry. But in essence, it never serves us. When we remember our simple laws of attraction, rules and guidelines, it is that what we focus on, we give energy to, and we draw towards us. So if we're worrying about something, we're really aiming our wand in the wrong direction. And so it's not about judging that. It's just about having awareness about that and going, wow, look at us as humanity. Each individual needs to own its own thoughts. And the collective thoughts pulled together create a collective experience. So if there's doom and gloom happening out there, it is because in here, most of you are in fear of doom and gloom. But if we start to collectively, individually, start to think of abundance and prosperity and harmony and wholeness and unity, and enough of us continue to hold that frequency together, then we collectively create the new earth of abundance and beauty and harmony and bliss. And so ultimately, that's what I am here to be a messenger of, and what my guides were telling me to share with you all today is to take your power back and to quiet your mind chatter, even if you've been conditioned and used to this for an entire lifetime, to seek your answers externally, to seek your approval externally. Basically, that is not what we're being guided to do in any way, and it's very much boldly being called for that we will seek and tune inward for our alignment. We will tune into higher hearts knowing to move forward and create and take our steps towards conscious creation, and to know that our thinking is the very beginning foundation of all creation. So if our thinking is not in alignment, then our experiences that we create externally will not be of alignment. And so it sounds like it's all complex, but it's so simple. It's just really being mindful of where you point your wand. Think of yourself as a magical fairy, and you're like, I'm going to focus over here on all the problems. Oh, wait a minute. That's not what I want to do, because that's going to magically create